guys, Josh here and welcome to another E3 video. Today it is Ubisoft or Ubisoft. I still don't know how it's pronounced, so not many people do. But anyway, Ubisoft I think did really well. I think I was a little bit kind of disappointed. Aisha Tyler wasn't going to be hosting it this year, and I was worried it wasn't going to have the same feel. And it didn't, in a way. Ubisoft's conferences are normally a bit of a kind of piss take. This year's felt kind of really heartfelt, and it was just a good conference. I think they did really well this year. They opened with mario plus rabbids, Kingdom Battle, which is quite a weird one but interesting. And they had the CEO of Ubisoft, Yves Guillemot, if I'm pronouncing that right, and Shigeru Miyamoto on stage together, which was pretty cool. And they had these giant gun things posing and stuff, which is quite fun. And then they showed gameplay. It looks really fun, actually. It's like sort of like an XCOM style sort of tactical game. You basically command the Rabbids around, Mario around, and I think other characters you can do, Luigi and Peach as well. Basically to fight enemies. It's quite fun, and it's got like a Mario feel to it, but it doesn't feel like Mario at the same time. It feels like a sort of grown-up Mario in a way. It's really interesting. It looks really cool. It is a Switch exclusive, but it looks quite fun. I don't know what there is in terms of multiplayer and stuff like that, but it looks pretty fun. It's got a pretty cool soundtrack. They did like a trailer that had like a sort of AC/DC style music thing. So yeah, it looks pretty interesting. I'm pretty interested in that. And when I heard it, I was like, oh great. Because I think a Mario and Rayman game together would just be amazing. And it's a shame they can't do that. Maybe they will do that sometime down the line. But yeah, this was pretty cool, and also it does hint that maybe in the future, if there ever is another Smash, or if they do Smash Remastered or whatever on Switch, sometime down the line, maybe now with them working on good terms with Ubisoft a bit more, we might get to see Rayman. That would be pretty cool. So next we had Assassin's Creed Origins. It was a bit of a weird one. They showed a trailer, a different trailer to the one they showed in the Xbox One. I don't know. Again, I said in my Xbox One how I'm not sure what I think of Assassin's Creed Origins yet. I think I have to see more gameplay of it. Quite weirdly, they decided to spend about 3-4 minutes showing gameplay off a screen of someone playing a screen in like another building in broad daylight, and you could barely see the screen, and it was the most random thing ever. Why they did that, I do not know. They didn't want to show full gameplay because they kind of did that on the Xbox. So why they did that, I don't know. I think they have shown gameplay since, like, you know, on the floor. But yeah, it was a bit weird why they did that. Then they announced The Crew 2, which looks pretty cool. There's planes and boats, and it's just, yeah. I don't know, I never played The Crew, I don't know much about it. You know, I don't know how well it did. I think it did okay, but not amazing. And this is just kind of an improvement on that with more options. And there's a beta coming as well, so yeah, I'm not particularly interested in it, but it's cool they're doing it, I suppose, if they, you know, especially since they'll be adding a lot more stuff in it, which is pretty cool. And then we had SelfPark, the Fractured Butthole trailer. I'm not really into SelfPark, so this isn't really interesting me, but the last one did well, and so yeah, good they're doing another one. I think they do really well. I got nothing against SelfPark, I just never really been interested in it, so just yeah. But people will be excited for that, and they've been showing it for a few years now, and it actually has a release date of October the 17th. Then they had a weird one. It was Transference. It's like this VR game coming next year. They had Elijah Wood appearing in this trailer, going on about how they tapped into secret technology Ubisoft had done, where they can upload the brain of a human and stuff, and had all these people in VR, and it seems like a horror game thing. It looks weird. There's all this kind of really weird kind of 90s feel to it. That's coming next year sometime. It's interesting. Then they announced Skull and Bones, which is quite fun. Basically, they've taken the naval part of Black Flag, and they've decided to make it like a standalone game, basically a PvP thing. So basically, you have a ship. I don't think you can get off and walk around like you could, obviously, in Assassin's Creed, but in terms of how it controls that kind of raising up and down the sails and having different weapons and stuff like that, that's what it is basically. And it's PvP, so I think you have 2 teams of 5, something like that. going for other little like AI ships, blowing them up for treasure, that kind of thing. You can board enemy ships. You don't actually do it yourself, but you see like your crewmates doing it and that kind of thing. It looks quite fun. I don't know whether it'd be something I'd get. It looks like something which would be fun for a while. It depends how it goes on. You can upgrade your ships. There's a good sense of progression in it, I think. They said like the world's going to change and stuff like that, so there's plans like a persistent world type thing, which would be quite interesting. And there's a Kraken. So no more really. There's a Kraken. Beta sign up is coming at some point. Basically, there's a beta coming. Then they had Just Dance 2018, and they had their dance number, of course. Couldn't be a Ubisoft conference if they didn't have a dance number, of course. Then they announced another SelfPark game, SelfPark Phone Destroyer, which is coming this year to mobile phones. It's like a mobile app game thing. Again, not that interested in SelfPark, but it looks pretty cool and interesting. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. They had Starlink Battle for Atlas, which looks pretty fun. It's kind of like No Man's Sky crossed with Skylanders. Basically, it's like although with more story. It's like No Man's Sky. You have all these planets and space combat, and you can go between planets and exploration and stuff. But there's a story to it, you have these ships basically that is customized by a physical ship you have. You have this physical ship basically, and there's all these interchangeable parts, cannons you can take on and off, and bigger engines and stuff, which obviously you have to buy, and it's a bit of an investment. And basically that connects to your controller basically, and basically if you want to say I want photon torpedoes, you have to physically click them onto the ship. It's quite a fun little cool idea, and they said they were inspired by like the idea of space sci-fi and like those cool, really cool 80s 90s toys. And that's what they kind of want to make, a game that combined the two. It looks fun. People will probably mind about, oh, it's a lot of money. Yeah, it is an investment, but it looks like a really fun little cool thing to get into. Certainly from a kid's perspective, it's pretty cool. Yeah, Skylanders is cool. You have these characters you buy and then you can have them in game playable. Well, I don't know Skylanders exactly, but this is a bit takes that to the next level, actually having interchangeable parts of a ship that actually affect what happens in game, and it like detects what you've connected and then renders that in game. It's quite cool. That's coming on Switch, PS4, Xbox One. They didn't say PC, I don't know, but certainly on those free, and that's coming next year at some point. Then they announced a expansion for Steep Winter Olympics. Steep was quite cool. I remember they showed it off last year. People were quite impressed by that. Not really my thing, but it looks gorgeous, and people who are into that kind of thing probably, yeah, pretty cool. They're doing more of that. Then they showed Far Cry 5, which they teased about a week or two ago, a trailer for. I've got mixed feelings on Far Cry. I'm not really sure what I think of this one. It looks kind of interesting. It's like religious cult or something. You have to go in there and take them on, but the fact you can have like your own customizable characters apparently, and it just feels like, I don't know, not as. I liked Far Cry 3 because the story was fucking really cool, had really interesting characters, and if they're taking that away by having you create your own one, it just seems like they're kind of not bothering as much, maybe, possibly. But regardless, the gameplay they showed looked really fun. It shows you you're like going in to like kill these people basically outside of this church place where these like religious people are like beating people up and stuff, and you're like sneaking up on them, and you shoot one, and then your friend up on the hill near you starts sniping them, a sniper fire basically, who I at that point thought was you know, an AI, like an NPC character in the game, but then it seems to be that basically no, it's an actual player, and basically you have all the other players, and they're really focusing on co-op this time, it seems. And yeah, it looks quite fun. I'm not sure whether we're going to get it or not, but it looks pretty fun. Like I say, co-op, Far Cry 5. Yeah, looks pretty interesting, just not overly sure yet. I think I have to see more of it, probably. They didn't show too much. They teased it a bit, but they haven't showed anything sort of characters at all, which I think they need to. But yeah, that was Far Cry 5. And then finally, they ended with a very, very nice CG, really well done trailer for Beyond Good and Evil 2. Now, I never played Beyond Good and Evil. I've heard about it so many times, and I've seen, you know, pictures of it and stuff, and I've never really paid attention to what it actually was, and I still don't know. I don't know anything about the Beyond Good and Evil universe. all I know is there's this talking monkey and he was swearing a lot and he seemed pretty fun. And the world looks fucking amazing. They said you like going between planets and stuff. It fucking looks amazing, really fucking fun. And I'm swearing as much as this monkey on screen right now. He's like this sort of London swearing monkey. It was really weird, but really fucking cool. Yeah, I'm really excited for that, and I know nothing about the series and nothing about what it is exactly. It just looks really fucking, just the style and the way it is just looks so cool that I'm really looking forward to that, whatever it may be. So that's Ubisoft. A bit of a shorter one actually. They had sort of had less to show, but more in depth about each one, kind of, compared to bloody Xbox, who were like, here's this. It's a bit crazy, that one was. Next video will be Sony. I will cover Nintendo. I wasn't sure if I was going to cover Nintendo a lot because of the amount of stuff I had to cover already. But Nintendo has some pretty cool stuff, and also it was only 25 minutes, so it'll be easy to cover. And I will talk briefly on Devolver, which is a crazy conference. But like I said, Bethesda are just kind of, they just had such a bad conference this year, and just so I can't be fucked to even cover it. But yeah, next video will be Sony, guys. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.